tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be there.
Yes, people, welcome back to Lasgidi Effect. You know, we're on the Lasgidi Effect, so we're doing it once every 2 weeks now. But thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you for riding with us. It's great to be back on the show. Big ups to you, Mossy boy. How's it going,
Yes.
brother?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just riding along with the way Arsenal is doing us right now. So yeah, it's all right.
You know, Arsenal, they're just a funny club. They have this way of raising your hopes and then just bringing you down again. I don't
But
know,
but
man. I
but
don't.
but we've discussed it before. So why are you raising your? I've never raised my hope. But I've told you, even though if Arsenal went all the way, they won all the rest of the game of the season, I still
Hmm.
won't raise my hope. So I've told you that before. But the only problem now is, eh, eh, you know, I keep saying my view about the manager is not going to change anyway. It will not change whether we finish top
we,
four
we
or we
know
don't.
that we know that by
Okay,
now that
I know.
Monty
So
Boy is not going to change his
I will
opinion
not change my
of
opinion on
Mikel
it.
Arteta.
So now, one thing I want to quickly point out is now look at the way the manager is treating all our players. It's not a coincidence. Maybe probably about 9 players now this manager has fell out with. About 9 different players. If it is one, two, three, maybe three, but okay, it's about 9. So you understand what I mean?
It's
So
a lot. It's a lot,
that is
but
a lot. Look at we are struggling in the midfield, right? Partey is out. Um, we have two midfielder that they kind of they kind of gel together. Now one of them get injured, you now remove the other one, and you now ask him to go and play left back. Who does that? At least you should be able to get another
that was a
person.
terrible decision. That
That
was a
is a
terrible decision.
terrible and look at, I'm praying. You see, you remember, I don't know whether you remember on the one show that I am praying that Guendouzi do well on loan. I'm praying. We don't want to go and do Gnabry again. This guy, I don't want us to sell him. I want this guy back. I was praying then that this guy should do well. Tade was saying that, oh yeah, he's got attitude problem. Listen, this guy is grown now. He's matured. He's saying that everywhere he goes, all the manager complain about. He's a young boy. You understand what I mean? When you're 17, 18, what you're going to be doing when you are like 25, 26 or 20, 23, 24 will be different, right?
True, true.
So now he's matured. You understand what I mean? That okay, what I'm doing then, I'm just a kid then. But now I have to focus on my career. But look at
True.
him now. It's one of the first name on Marcel team sheet. That
They
guy.
don't even bench him. He just
They don't even
assisted.
bench
They're,
him.
they're currently playing. They're
And
currently
we
playing
that
in the
we own
conference
we
league.
that we own the player,
And yes,
we are struggling for midfield. And we have a midfielder somewhere doing a good job.
Monty Boy, we have many midfielders. We
Man,
have Guendouzi, we
listen,
have Pereira,
this
we
is
have
this is why
Maitland
this is
Niles,
why
we
I
have
keep saying
so many midfielders.
Tade we know Tade doesn't like Guendouzi because of his attitude. But now maybe he's going to change his opinion on that guy now. Because he was a young boy. That's why he's doing everything that he was doing then. But he's matured now.
True,
Look at
true,
him. Look at that
true,
post you sent on the group chat. So he's one of the senior player in that Marcel team now.
true, true.
If a fight broke up now, this is one of the things Tade complained about him. If a fight broke up now in Marcel, you can see him. He doesn't rush to that. He will go there. He will run there, but he doesn't go there to fight. He just want to, settle things, and you understand. But then he
Yeah,
was a
because
young boy.
players grow. Players
Yeah,
won't always be an immature player forever. You know that.
forever.
You
You
know
get
then
me?
how
So
many things did he do? People were already comparing him to the
complaining,
worst players in the world.
you know.
But it's
because he did something immature, something. The manager fell out with him, go out on loan, and
it is what it is. I think I'm not. I think this is sentiment, right?
Mhm.
Because he has changed his YouTube name, but I think this is sentiment. It says Ateta our cheatless puppet. It says big up the man, them, Birmingham and Mossy Boy. If this is sentiment, please confirm. Let us know. Or big ups to you as well. But yeah, I mean, look at us now. We've hit a rough patch in our race for top four, right? Losing
Yeah,
back-to-back games against
yeah,
Crystal Palace and Brighton.
yeah.
And it was a bit funny to me because those two games are two
Mm,
games that we should have lost in the first leg as well. I
mhm,
remember we drew the two games in the first leg, but they were heavily dominated.
mhm,
Even against Crystal Palace, like I said, last minute equalizer that
mhm,
helped us
mhm.
get 2-2. But
Yeah.
this time in the reverse fixture, they both of them have just they've beaten us. Like they beat
Let me
us
let me let
well.
me let me say this. We lost to Crystal Palace away, right?
Yeah,
That doesn't hurt me. Us losing to Brighton at the Emirates.
at home.
Why would Brighton come to Emirates? The only team I expect to come to Emirates to beat us this season is the like of Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea.
Maybe Chelsea, yeah.
Maybe Chelsea. Maybe I would say maybe Chelsea, because Chelsea has beat us there this season already. Because we played them at the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah, true.
So they beat. So okay, let's say Liverpool. Those are the two teams I will be expecting to come to Emirates to kind of give us proper cane at the bum. You understand? But no, no Brighton.
No
Oh my
Brighton, no Brighton.
days. No,
That's
I can't
disappointing.
believe this manager has been in the job for over 2 years and he's still saying that he's still learning. Learning what? In the Premier League.
But he's still learning now. This is why some
It's,
of us said,
it's
don't
still
bring a learner.
listen,
You
let me
know,
give you so he's still learning. Did you watch Atletico Madrid and Man City yesterday?
that was really impressive from
That is
Atletico, though.
that
They
is
played
a
completely
football.
different type
That
of
is
football.
that is a football play at a different level. Do you think if Arsenal finish in Champions League, can they be at that level? Playing at that level? Because even though if they don't finish in Champions League sports, it won't hurt me. I won't be surprised because they will just go there and they will just go there and embarrass all the fans because they don't have the player to be at that level that Man City were yesterday. Because
You're
Atletico
right.
Madrid came out yesterday, they bring the game to another level, and Man City match them. Look at
And
them
Man City
against
matched them.
Liverpool. Look
That
at
that
them
was
against
even
Liverpool.
the Liverpool game was so interesting. It was
It
like
was so
you
interesting,
could
but
see the
because
level of footballing
oh
displayed. But yeah, that
man,
was great.
man, man,
But
man.
anyways, multiple, the truth is, first, I'll take a few comments
Mm.
right after this. But the truth is, it's not done yet. We still have a chance mathematically, as they would always say. We
Taddy,
still have
Taddy,
a chance
Taddy,
to make
Taddy.
top four.
Let's be real.
Just mathematically. I'm not even saying for
Arsenal
real.
is not. Let me tell you this before you read the comment. Arsenal is not going to finish top four because we're going to lose to Tottenham. You will be so you will come back here and we're not going to win the Tottenham at the White Hart Lane. We're not going to beat Chelsea. We might probably skip through and beat Man United because of the way they are playing. But Man United are tricky, so they might
It's a
we
tricky,
might
exactly.
draw.
It's a
So
tough fixture
we might
regardless.
draw and West Ham. Okay, let's say let me say we're gonna probably beat West Ham. So all those
Even
four
that is a
games,
tough fixture. That's a
yeah,
tough fixture as
that's
well. We
tough.
have many tough fixtures.
West Ham will probably beat them. Tottenham will lose. Chelsea will lose, and Manchester United will probably draw. Then tell me how we're gonna finish top four. Even though if Liverpool went on to beat Tottenham, we ain't going to. There's no way, shape,
It'll
or
be
form we're
tough.
gonna finish that top
It'll be
four.
tough. It'll be tough. It'll be tough.
So
Let me take a few comments and we'll come back to it, right? Yeah. So I
mhm,
mean, sentiment says Tade should have an open mind. Stop being closed-minded. Guendouzi has cojones. Shout out to Troy Dini. This team has none. And yes, confirming there's actually sentiment. I'm trying to read his name now. Sporzy Mikateta. Love Arsenal hate Rocky. Anyways, big ups to you, sentiment. Bemiro, big ups to you. He says top six is still not guaranteed. Remember, we are only 5 points away from eighth. He's even saying Bemro is trying to tell us that we could even fall beneath sixth if we were not
Yeah,
very careful.
that
Hopefully, that's
that
not the
I
case.
agree with that. And
Um,
one thing I want to add to that is this is how you're going to know that this manager doesn't know what he's doing. Since we come out of Carabao Cup and
FA Cup
FA Cup, we only playing one game a week. Sometimes we have like 2 weeks or a week and a half break before we play a game.
to
We
play
have
again. Yeah.
enough time to prepare for a game, and we still can't blow teams around us away. That okay, we've gone away from top four.
So
The
for
people
two,
behind us should be fighting who is going to finish fifth. We only play
two.
one game a week,
And you know, I was
man.
very. What it hurts me the most is those two games we lost. Right, if we had won those games, we would have 60 points right now. We'll be 6 points above Tottenham with a game in hand, and just 2 points behind Chelsea. We could still be shouting for three, if
That's
not
right.
because we lost those two games. See, it was a bit
That's right.
painful, but yeah. Anyways, let's go back to the sentiment. Is 2-0. West Ham. I'm guessing West Ham is currently playing in the Europa League, which
Yeah, they're
is
playing. Yeah,
another thing that I'm and big ups to David Moyes, right? Because people look at him and say, "Oh, West Ham are not doing as well as they were doing in the league last season," but they're still in Europe till now. They're still in the running for the Europa League. They're going to the semi-finals after this. They're beating Lyon 2-0, 3-1 on aggregate. So like they play many more games than we're playing. So like we have no excuse at the moment. But Miro says I will take Unai Emery back right now. I mean, me, I don't know. I won't say that because me and Emery never
let's just
played
forget
together.
his name now, Emery. Let's move on
But
from that guy.
but
So
yeah, I mean,
we
Unai
we
Emery, you
sack him. We sack him. We
can't
move on
deny
from
that
him, man.
you can't deny that what he's doing with
Mm,
Villarreal in the Champions League is a pretty big deal. Big ups to him
mhm.
and best of luck to them. It says we were in the Champions League for 20 years and made two semi-finals. I don't know why people still think we can compete in the Champions League.
That's correct.
Imagine Lewandowski against Ben White, which is true. Which is why I also always advocate for. That's why I'm not a
Okay,
huge
okay,
advocate of
okay,
Project
okay.
Youth.
What you actually when you actually want me to say something now, Bemiga. So you, I put something on what's it called on on the team.
Uh,
If you look at Tottenham right now, the one of the centre back they signed in January, that guy is immense. That guy doesn't cost 50 million, and we go out. Tottenham doesn't have a 50 million center in their in at the heart of the. We Arsenal we pay 50 million for Ben White to upgrade from Rob Holding. Now, nobody can come and tell me Ben White is better than Rob Holding. No way. I will never believe that. And if you go and look, and they're saying that our defense is better than last season. No, it's not. It's even worse than what we have last season when we have Rob Holding. Go and look at that record. Our defense is not. We have conceded the same amount of goals we conceded last season, this season already, and we still got like maybe
eight
nine
games
or
to
eight
go.
games to go.
Eight
It
games
means we're
to
going
go.
to concede more than what we
Probably.
conceded last season. Tell me how that
Probably.
defense is better
It's
than last
better.
season.
Samen's defense is worse. So yeah, he
And
makes a
we
valid
go
point.
out to spend 50 million on a centre back that we don't need. I would rather play Saliba there. We concede the same amount of goal we conceded last season than spending 50 million on Ben
And
White.
spend that money.
I'm
Valid,
telling you,
valid.
that guy, you see, that guy doesn't bring nothing to the table. This is a ball playing centre back.
Do you
Nobody
and
can tell me,
do you know that? Do you know that, Muscle Boy? Do you know that there's still
man.
people within this fan base who, because I know there's rumors now that Barcelona are interested in Gabriel, and on
He's not.
Twitter,
We're not gonna sell him. We're not gonna sell
on
Gabriel.
Twitter yesterday, you could see people saying, "Oh yes, selling Ben White is better. Let's bring Saliba to replace Gabriel," and I'm like. That is weird for me because the only centre back that we have that gets us goals is Gabriel. It's like we're always trying to sell the people that get goals in this club. It's like, oh, this person scores, let us destroy them. I don't really know why we're like that, but I mean, I see Bemiro's point about the quality of our team and being able to compete in the Champions League. Sentiment says, quick question. Win Europa. Should Arsenal and Arsenal fans be ashamed? West Ham have not won a trophy in 50 years. Let's hope that doesn't happen because that
No, no,
that
no.
would
I'm
definitely
not
be
going to.
shameful.
I'm not going to. Why would Arsenal fan be ashamed if West Ham win the Europa League?
I mean,
Why?
we've not been able to win it.
No, no,
We've
no.
gone into the
Yeah,
Europa League. We were
we've
there for
not
like
been we've
four
not
straight
been
years
able.
and
No, no,
couldn't
no.
win it.
Listen. We've not been able to win it. We've won in when it comes to winning. Maybe probably at the moment, I would say in London right now, Chelsea are the one that are actually trying to win the same amount of trophy that Arsenal has won. But we might not won any Europa League. If West Ham won a Europa League or Conference League, they are in whatever, whichever competition they are in. Why would Arsenal fan be ashamed of that? No, they shouldn't,
Oh well,
because
I
because because they work their way there and they go all the way to win it. Why would come on, man?
interesting times.
So
But let's see what happens in the Europa League.
hmm
Sentiments also think it is draw, lose, lose, lose for the next 4 games.
hmm
Most sentiment they vex o. Because I mean our next game is Southampton. He's saying we'll draw against Southampton, we
it's
will lose
possible
against Chelsea, lose against United, and lose against
because the
West Ham.
game that we're supposed to use to bounce back was that the
we we,
Brighton game,
we, we, we lost we lost
and
it.
we messed it
That,
up.
that was so sad. Gbemiro says, why is Ateta the only manager that needs another 250 million to become good? The guy has had more backing than any other manager and still look
In
at the
the
state
Premier League.
of
That's right.
that squad. And I wanted to, I mean, let's take a few, let's take the comments and then I'll come back. Mark my words, Ateta is no better than Ole Gunnar Ateta. I have never seen such a butler and a serial loser in my life watching football. That's sentiment. Bemiro says, if we are giving Emery the same time and money and the players he asked for, remember he asked for Nkuku, and Nkuku is doing moment. He says, if we
hmm
had these things, we probably would be in a title race. And then he
hmm
says, I'm happy Aubameyang has been set free from Ateta ball. Aubameyang has scored 10 goals
He scored
since
10
he
goals in
left.
14 appearances for
Since he
Barcelona.
left, Arsenal has scored only 12 goals in that time. The whole Arsenal.
In that,
Come on, Shan. Bemiro says we are only 5 goals away from crossing the same goals as last season, which I guess is
yeah,
what most
well,
people
yeah,
are talking
that's right.
about.
You know,
Uh, Sentiment says Lewis Dunk is a better centre back than Ben White. He's been defensively, aerially,
yeah,
and
but
better
that's
pattern
exactly,
defensively.
exactly. The sentiment said it here. Exactly. We
Yeah,
have a better centre back in the Premier League than Ben White.
than Ben White.
We
Makes sense.
listen. Let me tell you one thing. We don't need for centre back. The two centre back, their job is to defend. Fullback, their job is to defend. Right? We don't need any ball playing centre back. Defend. Defend.
It
That's
will, it
it.
will good. It's a nice to have, but that's not the primary role of a centre back. Like I think it's nice to have. I mean, when we had David Luiz and Luiz would make those long passes, that for me was the best thing he brought to the team. And I thought that's what Ben White was gonna give us, but like I
It,
always
it
say, I still haven't seen it from Ben White,
I watch
and I
Ben
don't
White
think he has
every
it in
time
him.
I'm watching Arsenal. Yeah, I always this is the guy I'm watching. Yeah, I can, in the full 90 minutes, I can count the number of header this guy has.
He does. He
Sometimes
doesn't do.
he rarely
Gabriel
let
is the
go.
only centre back that can score for us. We know this by now. Ben White. I don't think Ben White has it in him to score goals. It's why I would always keep Gabriel on the pitch because sometimes you're struggling to get a goal and you just need that that extra man from out
hmm
of nowhere to get you something.
You
And
know,
Gabriel would can. I think Gabriel has probably even had the same number of assists as Ben White. So for me, even when you look at attacking contributions, I don't know why you're saying Ben White is better than Gabriel, but we'll see. It says
it's
Tottenham
just a
making the
waste
Champions
of
League
a 50
final.
million, man.
Yeah, it says Tottenham making the Champions League final 3 years ago should have been the biggest wake up call this club should have had in years, and we are still regressing as a club. Sentiment says Arsenal have no European glory, should feel shame if they win it first time out and sack the Europa King. He says, and Louis Dunk is better experienced than the leader. It would have been a better option, and he has nice hair and tattoos just like Ben White. But yeah. I mean, I think people are making a lot of interesting points. And at the moment you can't discount it, right? What I want to touch on real quick, Mossy Boy, is do you think that we're also suffering from? So there's different things we might be suffering from. One is injuries to some of our key players. Tierney, Thomas Partey, Tomiyasu, right? Those three players not being
Okay,
available. is
Yeah,
affecting us. You can't take that out. But
okay.
then we also had a transfer in January where we
Yeah,
shipped out a lot of players
yeah,
who, in retrospect, could even be backups for us now. But we
yeah,
shipped them out and we didn't replace.
yeah.
So do when you assess this slump that we've had now by losing to Crystal Palace and Brighton at a time when we could not afford to lose, do you think that transfer window has had a part to play? And do you think that even having injuries is a good enough excuse for the kind of results that we've now had in the past two games?
So what is your question here?
So two questions, right? The
Yeah,
transfer window. Do you
yeah,
think that matters at all in the results that we're having right now?
yeah.
And
But
do you think that the injuries are a good enough excuse?
yeah, well, it's in the transfer window, we let player out. We didn't bring anybody in, so that says it all. Then
Yeah,
the
but people said we didn't need backups. That
what?
Arteta has his core squad and do the job.
So what is the what is what the so then does that warrant we should be playing players out of position? So we bring Tavares in so to backup for Tierney. But you expect this to happen because he's not playing enough game if Tierney is fit. So when Tierney is injured, you brought him in, he's bound to make mistakes. You've got to give him a run of game to get his act right. So because he made mistake in against Crystal Palace, that doesn't mean that you can kick him out straight. What does that what does that do to the boy's confidence? Is only the boy is only 22. So you got to kind of look. You need to pick up your game. So you can't be making all those sort of mistake. Not like you're going to yank him out straight away and just
Completely,
it's
completely,
kind of yeah,
completely. But let,
yeah.
let's look at. I mean, we play Southampton on Saturday. What team would you use for that lineup for that game?
Well, I will bring Tavares back because Tierney is out for the season. Then I'll push what was it called Lukunga and even though I will bring El Neni in, El Neni and Xhaka in that midfield because look, I don't think Lukunga is caught it for me against that Brighton really. So I would yeah because actually I was thinking maybe probably Neni is going to play while Lukonga is but because it's more experience. But I would keep the same team, but I would bring El Neni in instead of Lukonga.
Will you bench Lacazette? There's been a lot of talk about Lacazette. He hasn't
Um,
scored a
yeah, because he
game, a
hasn't
goal in
scored.
open play in 20 hours.
Yeah, but he hasn't scored for a very long time. Yeah, because we can. I can switch it. Just try Martinelli up front or Pepe and see how how they're gonna perform. So
Okay, okay.
because holding up play for us now is not the one. It's not that's not what is winning game for us. So yeah.
True, true, true. Sentiment says we are suffering from Arteta tax and Edu tax, lack of experience and quality.
Mhm.
He also says Palace game Vieira bodied Arteta. He could not. That I mean, the Palace game was so bad, man. Vieira just
Mhm.
he outplayed
Yeah,
us completely.
yeah.
Bimro says injuries are not an excuse. Arteta is still making the same mistakes he did last
It's
season.
not an
Same Jack and
excuse
he left
for
last.
me. The injury definitely is. He's still
Um,
making. He's a manager that I've got no clue
hmm.
because he's winning the game that we should be winning. Everybody was hyper that oh yeah, we have a super attacker or what did they call him?
That was a good
Yeah,
run though. 9 wins in
yeah.
11 games. That was a
Man,
good run.
mate, don't get me started. But even though if we went on and win all the 11, so to me, I still want him gone anyway. We're not moving. It's like we are not moving forward from this guy. This guy has done worse than Emery. Look at the player Emery has got. These are Premier League forgotten Premier League players. Emery has got the player that they don't want at the Premier League that they send them out. He used those players to get to a Champions League semi-final.
And he beat Juventus
He
and
just beat
Bayern Munich.
Juventus and Bayern
It,
Munich
it
with
wasn't
with
even
the with
that.
the Premier League player that they've thrown out. These are the Premier League. These are the players that cannot even get into a team first 11 in the Premier League. And
That
you
is,
tell it, give well. We I said earlier, let's move on from Emery. We sacked him. We let him go. We don't need to moan about him. He's somewhere else. We don't need to talk about him. So
yeah,
we bring someone else that have got no experience at all in managing players. That's why this guy keep falling out from big
with
players.
everybody.
Tell
Yeah.
tell him to go and manage it. He will not be able to manage a team like PSG because
He
he
doesn't have the experience to do that.
the following week he will resign because how is he going to handle Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, all those sort of players? He won't be able to
Yeah,
manage them
he doesn't
because
have the experience to do
because
that.
you can see all the player that is throwing out from the club. Every player that challenges is what he's trying to do. Like maybe he's trying to do something and it doesn't fit the style of oh yeah, well this what you're trying to do doesn't fit my style of play. Then he get annoyed with them and they are out of the team. And if you look at all these players, they are all players that are better than what we have. If you look at all these players that is falling out with, you fell out with Pepe, he rarely get a game. You fell out with Aubameyang, you throw him, you cancel his contract, with give him away for free to Barcelona. Look at him. You fell out with Guendouzi because this guy is standing up for his own player. You understand? All these players that you falling out with are better players than that they can do something on the pitch for us. You fell out with
True,
what's it called, Saliba. You send him on loan. You saying telling us that it's not. Look at him in Marseille. He's doing well.
true,
So
true.
it's not a coincidence that this guy doesn't know how to manage.
He's a new manager. He's learning. Anyways, Bimero says the club decided to go do a youth project to lower the
Mhm.
expectations. They knew if they are going to get players, there will be expectations to win for now. I just think that youth project is a convenient thing to sell to the fans to force us to
You
replace.
don't. Sorry, let me
Just
say this. You don't
it's
win
PR
anything. You
strategy.
don't win anything with kids. What do you mean youth project? You don't
It's
win
just a PR
anything.
strategy. I
If you
don't.
want to use
It's just
kids,
easy to buy time.
if you want to use kids, if you want to do youth project, at least in that squad, at least you're going to have at least five good senior player among them, or even if not six or seven, just to just for them to see, okay, this is how you do things. Because they are all kids, they will be acting, they will all be acting the same.
True, true, true.
So, you know,
Sentiment has composed the song Girl. It says Superman Kateta, he knows what we need. Xhaka at the back, Nketiah as attacker, and away to the conference league. Oh my god, you should sing this song at the Emirates.
Mhm.
Um he also says, imagine if Bumro says, imagine if Emery wins the CL and Ateta breaks the promise he made in the summer of 2022. He just to win CL in 3 years. That one are just PRO. All those things now just
This
yarn,
is his
yarn.
third year.
We
He's
know
not. He's struggling to
all
qualify
those
for
ones now
Champions League.
yarnings, man. That guy
Mhm.
ain't winning the CL in 3 years. He's saying Emirates Sports got 30 million in one title with PSG. Like I said to you earlier, Guendouzi, they're currently leading 1-0 in the conference league right now. So you can just imagine, what we're dealing with. But yeah, that's what's up, Sha. Let me just take this other comment. Big up to you, Sean Toyobo. He says it's over, guys. Good thing is true. Didn't take us to the end of the season believing. I'm not sure I got that, but it seems like he's saying that it's over. Top four is over for us. But big ups to you. Send a message. You guys see the clock and James Twitter thread. Saliba has made his appearance for his current world champions, France men's side, still yet to make his debut for Arsenal, which is true. It's
Yeah,
funny.
for
Saliba the France first team,
first thing
and
for
Arteta
those
still
two
thinks he's
guys,
not ready.
for those two guys, for
Guendouzi has
Saliba,
assisted and I think scored.
yeah, for Saliba and Guendouzi to be in French team. This is the reason why I'm just praying at the end of the season we don't first we don't sell Guendouzi. We bring him back and
Mercy
sell.
boy, I've told you we've sold Guendouzi. Guendouzi is
No,
not
no, no, no,
coming
no.
back, my
We
brother.
no, we haven't sell him yet. We haven't sell him yet. It's not sold yet. He's still our player. We haven't
Okay,
sold
now.
him yet. So I'm
Anyways,
praying
happy
that we
birthday to Guendouzi because today is his birthday. That's my boy.
today.
He has assisted today.
So he's 21 now, right?
23 actually. He's a grown
23.
ass man now.
So he's a grown man now. So like, if I bet you, yeah, I bet you, if Atata can kind of let the bygone be bygone, be friend with Guendouzi, bring him into the midfield with Party, we'll be good. We'll be all
True,
right. Trust.
true. Yeah, I mean, let's before we. Oh wow, Osman. Sean says Guendouzi is in a midfield better than the form
Okay,
of Ali.
100% correct.
Osman Ali, big ups to you. Thank you for joining us. Says the mystery of four. Can Arsenal top four? Can the man with a name composed of 4 letters, which is Tade, come on his show? Can Laka remember how to score a goal? We'll have to wait and see, man. I don't know, man. Laka doesn't seem like he can score anything right now. That is crazy. Anyways, Mossy Boy, and guys in the chat as well. What's your prediction for the Southampton game on Saturday? I
Well,
think we
Southampton,
absolutely have to
yeah.
win, but what do you think is gonna happen?
Well, I'll probably say, well, because Chelsea scores six past them. If Chelsea can score six past them, at least we should be able to score two at least to beat them. So
At least, man. At
yeah.
least, man. We gotta do what we gotta do, and
Hmm.
this is what if you play fantasy football, it's what we call a double game week
Hmm.
because we play Southampton Saturday, and then we play Chelsea on I think it's Wednesday now, right? So it's a busy week for the Arsenal, right? And we can't lose against Southampton because the Chelsea game it can go either ways, and it's Chelsea at
Because
Stamford
we,
Bridge.
we we play Chelsea on a Wednesday and we play Man United
Exactly.
on a Saturday morning.
And
So
it's Champions exactly, and then Saturday morning we
so
play United again. So hopefully, we can get a win at Southampton. I do believe if we don't win at Southampton, the season is over. And if we don't win at Southampton, I see us finishing eighth.
if we don't win that Southampton game, I bet you cry. The Kroenke
I,
should
I, I see
just
us finishing
they should just
eighth.
sack the
I see
guy
us
straight up.
finishing eighth.
They
Yeah.
should
If
just
we
sack
can't
him.
win
If we
Southampton,
don't
we're
beat
going to finish
Southampton, they
eighth.
should
I'm
just sack
100%
him.
sure. I'm 100% sure we'll finish eighth if we don't beat Southampton because
Hmm.
I don't think we'll beat Chelsea, United, and West Ham back to back. And if we
Hmm.
if we just keep slumping down further in the table, so we
Yeah,
will see how that goes.
yeah.
Osman Ali, okay, yeah, big up to you, Osman Ali. Sean says a draw against Southampton. Men are losing faith. Uh, Sentiment says ball hard to Stone Cold Stoner. Ben Shite.
Mm.
Sean says I don't foresee 3 wins to the end of the season. Honestly, I've seen under Emery. Remember how we bottled the last 8 games of the season in his first season here as well. We lost 4 of those games. Drew 1 and won 3. So fingers crossed for what Ateta is going to do. But I think we should round up. We can round up the show now. Osman Ali
Yeah.
says we won't win. Wow,
Well,
men
we
have
won.
lost faith.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll see what happens on Saturday. Everyone for tuning in to watching us.
Yeah.
We'll be back again next Thursday by God's grace. Hopefully by then we'll have played Southampton and Chelsea. We'll survey the mood. Maybe we'll start planning for next season by then because if we lose both games, then it's really over for us this season. But yeah, big up to everyone for joining us at Lasgidi Effect. Thank you for being with us all through the show. Sean Toyogo says Emery bottles it as well. One thing that's constant is the poor score.
Yeah.
Hopefully, next season we won't be, still saying this poor score thing. But until next Thursday, big up to everybody. We will see you again. Remember, at Lasgidi Effect. And just a bunch of Niger boys. We come here, we talk about football, talk about Arsenal, we vibe, we put in that Niger flavor. And we're gonna see you next week. Shout out to everyone.
Tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, jeka sheko yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be with.